Welcome back, everybody, to this Las Vegas Venom 2K21 MyLEAGUE Expansion series. And just to start off this episode, I wanted to find out where OJ Williams went to. It turns out he went to nowhere. He's a free agent right now. 25 years old, 78 overall. He pretty much has not improved in any aspect of his game since we drafted him. I mean, yeah, like he's pretty much deadlocked at 78 overall. He has not played a single second of this current year. And if he doesn't sign soon to a team, there might be a chance that he retires. This is absolutely baffling because every player around him, except maybe Kelly Oubre, is signed to a team. It's just him, Oubre, and then like everybody else is on a team, at least at small forward. So it is a thing to keep an eye on. I'm not going to bring him back because that was just not go well. Even though we could have a better small forward off the bench. Not going to do that. But we're going to get right into it. I think we're going to watch a game against the Clippers because we haven't watched a game against them before. I think we're going to watch this game right here in Staples Center. So we're going to get to simming and hopefully we can stay above 500 in this like 8-game stretch. And we'll see how we do. Oh, and here's our first look as well. I always forget. Here's our first look at scouting for this year. Not going to give any updates on this until we know more about the top prospects, but the top, according to Draft Express rank, is Alex Bush. I don't know how else to pronounce it with the accent on the A. Dwight Sutton, Lenny Nixon, R.J. White, Jerry Jeffries, Erno Somori, Lee Douglas, Arthur Haywood, Frankie Murray, and Marcus O'Brien. Those are your top 10. Got like 3 shooting guards, 3 centers, actually 4 centers. No power forwards in the top 10 according to Draft Express rank, but that's your top 10 without us having any scouting information. We'll submit that. We'll probably get another chance before our next game, but back to simming. Alright, so here's a better look. I'm just going to scout all these guys again preemptively, but 18 years old, Alex Bush, center, 7'1". Comparison, Hakeem Olajuwon, Hall of Fame. He's averaging 17 and 17 pretty much. Holy shit. And nearly 4 blocks. And he's a good 3-point shooter as well, and a good free throw shooter as well. This guy is that's through 7 games at Texas. Good post defense, good rebounding, good inside scoring, good 3-point shooting. A+ potential. That guy's insane. Got Dwight Sutton, A+ potential. Lenny Nixon, point guard, good shooter, decent playmaker, good, very good defense, high potential. R.J. White, good inside scoring, decent post defense, good rebounder, good potential. Jerry Jeffries, point guard, good shooter, decent playmaker, good athlete, high potential. Erno Somori, decent shooter, good defender, good athlete, good potential. And then Lee Douglas, good inside scoring, good 3-pointer shot, decent playmaking, pretty good defense, good athlete, high IQ, high potential. That's your top 7. We're going to scout them some more. Okay, so we simmed and now we are 3 games above 500. We are 9-6. We are through the first month of the year. Let's go look at these box scores. First game was a 25-point loss to the Grizzlies, led by Ja Morant with 32 points, 11 assists, 13 of 18 from the floor, 4 for 7 from deep, 19 and 7 for Michael Porter Jr., 17 and 7 for Jalen Brunson, 14 for Brandon Clark, 10 for Atkins, and 10 and 7 for Hines. For us, Rozier was our leading scorer with 19 points. Then Max Strong at 16, Capella 11 and 15, Peterson 10, Carpenter 10. Then we beat the Timberwolves by 20 points. They are just 4 and 12 on the year. D'Angelo Russell 20 points. Who's this? Billy Baker 19 points. Anthony Edwards only 14. Naz Reid 14. I think this is Duncan Robinson. Yeah, it is. Only 11 points. For us, 28 points from Terry Rozier, 11 for 17 from the field, 19 for Cunningham, 15 and 16 for Capella, just 13 for Max Strong, 12 for Carpenter, 10 for Evans. Then a 3-point win against the Los Angeles Lakers, who are 9 and 7. 34 points for Terry Rozier, only missed 5 shots. He was 70% from beyond the arc. Jarrett Culver 29 and 8. Max Strong 11 points, Carpenter 11 points, and Carson Evans 10 points. AD had 27 and 14, Malcolm Brogdon 24 and 11, 18 and 13 for Drummond, 14 for Kendrick Nunn, and 12 for Ashton Higgins, who was an undrafted pickup that they had, but he's been in the league for 3 years. Then a 13-point loss to the 7 and 9 Pelicans, who have fallen off. They've been very solid throughout pretty much the entire franchise so far, but now they're having a rough start to the year. They did outscore us by 20 in the fourth quarter, which is why we lost. They put up 50 points. We allowed 50 points in the fourth quarter. 31 and 9 for Zion, 26 and 8 for Kira Lewis, 15 for Conley, 12 for Bagaric, and 11 for Hutchinson. For us, we got 33 from Terry Rozier, 19 from Culver, 16 from Max Strong. He hasn't really shot the ball too well. 16 for Peterson. And then a 6-point win against the 7 and 8 Washington Wizards. Max Strong this time, 24 points, 10 for 17 from the field. Rozier, 20 points. Culver, 17, 13 for Cunningham, 11 and 18 for Capella. Then 22 for Jalen Smith of the Wizards, 18 for KPJ, 13 for Kaminsky, and 12 and 11 for Fernando Chavez. Then a 19-point win against the Clippers, who we are about to face for the second time, this time away. But we got the better of them in the first matchup at home on New Year's Eve. We outscored them in the fourth quarter 35-19. 27 points for Max Strong on 8 of 17 shooting. 24 for Rozier, 8 of 14. 13 for Carpenter, 11 and 11 for Cunningham. 11 points for Evans. And then 6 and 17 for Capella. For the Clippers, top scorer was Bobo with 16 points. 13 rebounds for him. 13 points for Luther Blair, who is now a Clipper. 11 for Paul George, 11 for Oakley, and then 10 for Washington and Okpala. Then we defeated the Spurs by 14 points. They are one game below 500. Rozier 23 points, Max Strong 19, Peterson 18, Capella 14 and 18. Then Rudolph Marshall led all scorers with 33 points, 19 for Fultz, 16 for Bridges. And then our most recent game was a 15-point loss to the well below 500 Houston Rockets. 32 for Rozier, 19 from Carpenter, 13 from Max Strong, 10 for Cunningham, and 10 and 12 for Capella. And the Rockets got 23 from De'Aaron Fox, 20 from Shane Ramsey, and 20 from Elijah Hughes. Then 19 from Mullins, 14 from Jarrett Allen, I believe, yes. 12 from Pat Rogers, or Phil Rogers, 10 from Lonnie Walker, 5 and 10 from Robert Williams, and 3 and 15 from Nick Claxton. But now we face the Clippers, and here is their lineup. Starting point guard Luther Blair, starting shooting guard Tim Oakley, Bruno Rancic, PJ Washington, and Bobo. Wow, they have a rough starting lineup, Is Paul George coming off the bench? He is. He's down to a 79 overall. Regression has really got to him. Then Akil Alexander Walker. I don't know how to pronounce this guy's first name, but I'm just going to call him Akpala. Then Mao Chung Soo, Gerald Patrick, Darius Holland, Keita Bates Diop, Joe Harris, Ibaka, Everett Bosch. They are 8-7. I mean, how are they 8-7? I guess because of Bowl. But hopefully we can win this game. But let's jump in. January 6th, 2025. Here we go. Venom 9-6 at the 8-7 LA Clippers. Here we are at the Staples Center in Los Angeles on the road yet again. This time, obviously against the Clippers. And they have put Paul George into their starting lineup. He was not listed in there as the starter, but he is going to start this game. We'll see if we can contain him or Luther Blair. We had trouble in the past with Blair, but when he was on the Knicks. And we have not faced Paul George, I don't think. But he definitely is a threat, because it is, after all, the regular season. So, Rozier. Close shot is off. Nice defense by Bol. Here's Paul George. He pulls up. That shot is off. Nice defense by Max Strong that time. Here's Culver. Now Rozier. Screen from Capella. Rozier takes it and drives on Blair and has it blocked. Blair. Goes to George. Paul George at the free throw line. Passes out to Ranchis. Now to P.J. Washington. We faced him last year towards the end of the year. Paul George front rims that shot, but Blair gets back on top of it. Bad rebounding by the Venom that time. Here's Bol. Now back to Paul George. George pulls up. Mid-range shot. That one's off. Max Strong grabs the defensive rebound. Here's Rozier in the corner. Passes back out to Strong. Screen. Strong has it poked out by Bol and stolen. Ranchich nearly had his pass picked off, but instead Washington gets it back and puts in the first points of the game. Culver. Got it by Ranchich. He drives down low and misses that. That was actually open on the latter half. Paul George on the other end goes to Bol, and after three, that shot's off. Cunningham grabs the board. Rozier goes to Culver. Culver at the elbow. Gives it back to Strong. Now to Cunningham, and Rozier cuts and has it blocked by Bol from behind. He's got 3.7 blocks per game. I think he already has 2 in this one. Blair gets a couple of screens and misses the mid-range shot. Not much offense going on here. At least not good offense. Strong goes to Culver. Culver drives. Back out to Strong. Screen from Capella. And Strong's going to have to force the shot up. That shot is off. And Vegas is scoreless through the first 3 minutes. Now Blair trying to get inside the paint against Strong. And he can't hit. Nice defense. Can the Venom get a bucket? And that pass by Strong is picked off by P.J. Washington. Blair goes to Washington now for 3. That shot's off. Rozier grabs the defensive rebound. A lot of misses so far and a lot of turnovers. Cunningham feeds Rozier. Rozier opens the scoring finally for the Venom. Just 2 points in the first 4 or so minutes for either team. And the Clippers call timeout. So Bobo is being a defensive threat in the paint right now. Rancic inbounds to Blair. Back to Rancic. And to PJ Washington. Now Blair back out on the wing. He drives in the paint now. He shoots, and that's blocked by Clint Capella. Rozier goes to Culver. Culver passes, and Strong finishes in the paint. Nice feed right there by Jared Culver. And the Venom are out in front now. Rancic feeds Bobo. I want to see Capella block up Bobo on the offensive end this game. Washington goes to Blair. Now sets a screen for him. Blair shoots. That shot is off. Both teams not shooting very well so far, but Rozier scores again. Now the Venom are up 6-2. 24 points per game on the road for Rozier through the first 15 games. 57% from the field and 42% from three as Capella blocks another layup. That time from Luther Blair. That's twice now, actually. Rozier. Gets a screen, feeds Cunningham, and Cunningham takes advantage of the mismatch on Blair. 8-2 now. Venom finding a rhythm finally. And taking advantage of the poor shooting from the Clippers that has opened this game. Blair, easy track to the hoop. And he finally makes a shot. His first spank in 6 attempts. Culver pass up an open three. In the paint. Passes back out to Rozier. Screen from Capella. Rozier out to Cunningham. Now Max Strong. Screen from Capella. Strong steps back. Has to shoot it. That shot's off. The step backs by like all of the auto-gen players they're just all slow. Like every single player that I've seen try and step back and shoot is just super slow at it compared to actual real-life players. As Blair can't hit again, he's 1 for 7 now. And Paul George fouls Rozier. That is the first foul of the entire game, I think, for either team. Stan Curry now in place of Rozier. Here's Cunningham. Cunningham back out to Curry. Now to Culver on the wing. Screen from Cunningham. Culver shoots. That shot's off. Cunningham grabs the board and puts it back, or tries to put it back in. Peterson grabs the board again and scores. Nice job to out-rebound Bobo down low and just box him out pretty well. We're up by 6. With 5 minutes left in the first quarter, Akpala draws the foul on Jared Culver. His first and our team's first foul. And Akpala hits both. Brantley now in the game, as is Carson Evans. And as we saw, Deion Peterson, of course, as well. Evans gets a screen. Now back out to Curry. Now Peterson mismatch down low. And he just can't take advantage of it. Nice defense that time by the Clippers. Here's Mao Chung-Soo. Sue goes to Oakley. Open three. That one's off. And Bobo just stole it from Curry. Sue feeds Bobo. Mismatch on Curry. But instead he fades away and shoots. And that was not the right move at all. Evans shoots a 3 on the other end and hits. Carson Evans off the bench, giving us some offensive life. Sue gets a screen from Akpala. Sue drives, low block, and he hits a very contested shot over Jared Culver. Clippers just 3 of 16, 19% from the field. We are shooting only 40%. We're only ahead by 5. Now Brantley gets down low and draws the foul on Alexander Walker off the feed from Carson Evans. So now 2 free throws for him. First one is up and out. But when was the last time we saw one of our players hit both free throws? I don't know. Feels like it's been forever. But he hits one of them, so we're up 14-8. Very, very low scoring game. And Alexander Walker draws the foul on Curry on that take. So 2 free throws for him now. And he's going to hit both, isn't he? He gets the first. And he hits number 2 as well. Now Derek Carpenter has come in for the Las Vegas Venom in place of Culver. So Brantley, I would assume, moves to small forward. And then Carpenter will play power forward most likely. Evans, open 3. That shot is just out off the pass from Curry. Here's Oakley. Shoots deep deep mid-range shot. Jesus Christ. Couldn't say anything right there. Now Akpala after the offensive rebound by Bol. 4 seconds. Sue. Delayed shot is off. Brantley grabs that board. He brings it up. He feeds Peterson, who gets blocked by Bol. That was almost sent Bol to the graveyard. But now Sue shoots a 3, and that one's off again. Evans grabs the board. We are third in the NBA in rebounds per game because we probably just because we play so many big men, as Evans just muscling his way into the paint and shooting. We average only about 111 per game in terms of points. Not the best offense to start the year with, but I assume it'll get better as our players progress, especially Max Strong. The timeout is called with 2:06 on the clock. Luther Blair, 14 points per game this year, but last 4 games, 21 points per game, with a 7% higher usage percentage. Both teams are about to have less than 20 points before this quarter's over. That is embarrassing. As Bol slams it home. I believe that was Sue on that feed, which cuts the game down to 4. Curry pulls up in the paint and hits his first points of the game. Here's Sue. He pulls up, mid-range shot, that one's off. Akpala grabs the board but can't put it back in. Carpenter grabs that one finally, and now here's Carson Evans on the other end. He feeds Carpenter, who lays that one in. (20-12) at Staples with about a minute left in the first quarter. Alexander Walker drives on Evans, passes back out to Bol. Now Oakley. Screen from Bol. Oakley has to shoot it. That shot's off. Bol grabs the rebound and just lays that one back in. Evans feeds Peterson. Peterson drives on Oakley and scores. That's 2 games in a row where we've seen one of our big men just drive to the hoop. As Oakley has an open 3, that one is in. That cuts the game down to 5. Evans goes to Curry. Curry pulls up and can't hit. Clippers can make it a 1-score game if they score before this quarter's over. 8 seconds left. Here's Oakley. He shoots, contested shot. That one's off. Ball goes out of bounds, and the Venom will take possession with 1.2 on the clock. I guess Steve Nash is their head coach now. As we are up 22-17 after a low-scoring first quarter. All right, it is 37-29 here. Venom lead by 8. Gonna watch the rest of the first half. Culver goes to Rozier. Screen from Cunningham. Rozier passes back out to Strong. Time ticking down now. 3 seconds left. Cunningham down low. Spins, fades, shoots. That one's off. Oakley grabs that rebound. Luther Blair gets down low and can't hit. Nice defense by Rudolph Cunningham to recover after allowing Blair to get inside. Is it just me, or does Culver just have the ball in his hands way too much for a small forward that is not, like, very good? Right? I don't know. Seems like he handles the ball, like, as much as Rozier or Strong in, like, any given game. Paul George pulls up, and he misses again. He is just cold from the field. Here's Strong. Capella now, mismatch on Paul George. And then offensive interference because Cunningham touched the rim while he was trying to put that one back in. And Bobo will come in and place up PJ Washington now. Here's Oakley. Now Blair. Blair shoots, and that shot is in. Blair finally getting a shot to go. Just 2 for 11 in this first half. Imagine if he actually hit those shots. It would be down by a lot as Max Strong lost the ball. Here's Oakley on the other end. Now Bobo, top of the key, goes to Paul George. He goes to Blair. Blair gets a screen, drives, pulls up again in the paint, and that one is in again. 2 straight makes for him. And then I'm going to have to call timeout with 3:06 left in the first half. Up by just 4. You're Strong. I've not seen much from him in this game so far. He goes to Rozier. Rozier goes to Culver. Culver for 3. That one is off. Bobo grabs the board, and the Clippers can make it a 1-score game. Not a high-scoring affair. And that's lob is good for Oakley off the pass from Okpala. And Rancic has a deep right thigh bruise, so we don't know if we'll see him again. He is day-to-day, according to that report from David Aldridge. But we'll see if he comes back in. Rozier, mid-range shot. That one rattles in. The first points we've actually seen us score in this quarter since we jumped in here. It took almost 3 minutes, just like in the first quarter. Here's Oakley. Oakley drives and pulls up. That's a bad shot. Culver grabs the board. Culver goes to Rozier. Rozier pulls up. That's a bad shot. That one's off. Oakley's just 2 for 8, by the way, for the Clippers. Here's Blair. Blair drives. Almost pulled up. Picked out Cunningham, that's for sure. Oakley, deep 3 is in. And it's down to just a 1-point lead for the Venom. A minute and a half to go. We're in danger of losing this lead. Culver is gonna just give us 2 more points off that nice dunk. We average about 24 assists per game. We have 12 right now, so we're pretty much on track. We are just 22nd in the NBA in terms of assists per game. Blair pulls up. That shot's off. Nice defense by Max Strong. I want to see more offense from him, man. I want to see him have a huge game when we watch. Rozier drives and hits, getting right past Bobo to hit that one and off the glass. 13 points for Rozier off 56% shooting in just 16 minutes. Blair almost got past Rozier. Now Alexander Walker gets in the paint, passes back out to Blair for 3. He has it blocked by Jared Culver. Nice stuff right there. Culver gets a screen and drives, finds Capella. Has it blocked by Bobo, I'm pretty sure. That looked like a block. 15 seconds left. Clippers have the ball. We can cut it back to a 1-score game before we reach halftime. Blair, open 3. That shot's off. And that's going to do it for the first half. A very low-scoring game, just 43-38. Start of the second half here. Venom up by just 5, despite holding the Clippers to just 38 points. Usually you would think that your opponent having 38 points would be like a very, very good thing. And, you know, it is, but we only have 43 ourselves, so hopefully we can make amends for our offensive troubles by scoring a lot in this half and also continuing to play good defense. The Clippers will start with the ball. Here's Blair on the wing. Blair drives, muscles Rozier, but can't hit. Culver reels that one in. Culver finds Strong in the corner, but Strong does not shoot it. Strong pulls up now. Off the glass. That one's off. Cunningham. Oh my God. Hold on. Oh my God. Holy shit. This was a murder. This was an absolute murder. So, Strong shoots it. Pulls up. Not a bad shot by any means. It goes off. And Cunningham gets it back. Thinks about going up. Pump fakes. And then just sends. Is that Rancic back in the game? Yeah, he just put Rancic to the dirt. Oh my God. That is an absolute murder. This is the thumbnail. I don't often do this during the video, but this is the thumbnail. Like, absolutely, if I can just maneuver it correctly. Right there. There's your thumbnail. Alright, back to the game. But, god damn. Alright, Venom up by 7. Paul George. Got it by Rozier. Screen from Washington. Paul George open 3. That one is off. But Washington slams it home on the putback. 12 points for him. Just 5. Well, not just, but he is 5 or 6 from the field. Culver, screen from Cunningham. Culver feeds Cunningham down low and he slams it again. And this time he gets the foul on Rancic. Cunningham got a couple of monster plays in a row on the offensive end. Free throw is up and in. (48-40). Here's Blair. Paul George trying to score on Strong. Spins and shoots and can't hit. He's had a rough night. That's Strong. Lobs it. And Cunningham is there again. What is happening? Where was this in like any game previously? Lob from Strong. Just 7 straight points for Cunningham. Paul George over to Blair. Blair shoots after Rozier starts to sleep on defense, and that's an easy shot right there. Blair now has 8 points, 4 for 17 from the floor. And yet we're only up by 8. Culver thought about shooting. Instead drives, shoots, and misses. Nice contest by Paul and George. Rancic playing on that bruised thigh. Thought about shooting. Passes back out to Washington. Washington. Back to Rancic. Rancic. Back to Washington. Washington is going to have to shoot this one, but no, it goes to Paul George. Paul George shoots. That shot's off from the Staples logo. Here's Max Strong. He goes to Culver. Culver had an open 3 again, just didn't shoot it. Gets down low and gets past Bobo and scores. Clippers still just only 31% from the field. That's what they had at halftime. We are shooting 49% from the field. Paul George shoots at the elbow. That shot's off. He is just extremely cold. Rozier drives. Thought about shooting. Decided not to. Culver out on the wing. Screen from Cunningham. Culver pulls up. That shot is in. 4 straight points for Jared Culver. Now he's got 8 points. Here's Blair. Blair gets in the paint. Spins. Bobo now down low. Guarded by Capella. He passes back out. One's no part of Capella's defense. Now Rancic has to pull up. And that shot's off. And Cunningham grabs the board. Venom can extend their lead beyond 12 points. Rozier drives. Contested shot. That's a tough shot to hit. Washington grabs the board. Now here's Luther Blair. He goes to Washington. Washington goes to Paul George. Screen from Bobo. Max Strong gets around it, then just kind of lets Paul George shoot it, and possibly for good reason, because he just is not hitting a single shot. Rozier goes to Strong. Strong down low, can't hit. Nice defense by Paul George on that end of the floor. Max Strong just 4 points, 2 for 7 as Paul George misses yet again. He's just absolutely ice cold. Culver, a screen from Cunningham. Culver steps back. You should have shot that, man. That was way open. Strong shoots, open shot. That one's off. Now he's just 2 for 8. Rozier has been by far the best guard in this game as Washington knocks in a shot. He's got like 14 points. And that cuts our lead back to 10. Let them call timeouts, probably to get their backups in the game. And we're going to hop into the 4th quarter. I'll see you guys there. All right. So 6:24 on the clock left in this game. We are up by a solid 17 points, but Rozier can't make it any higher. But a 17-point lead. The highest scoring quarter by either team in this game was 24 points by us in the 3rd quarter. They scored like 14 points in the 3rd quarter. So really just they're not playing too well. Evans shoots a 3, and that one is in. Carson Evans makes it a 20-point game here at Staples. The Clippers have just been terrible, man. I for one, did not expect this. Paul George drives. He's still cold, but he hits that one. But he had to get all the way to the rim to make it happen. As Brantley gets inside and scores and draws the foul on Washington. And possibility of the three-point play here for Jarrell Brantley. Also, the Clippers actually did have more than actually, no. Yeah, they only had 14 points in the third quarter. As that's a decisive layup for P.J. Washington. I think he has been the best player for the Clippers in this game. 87-68. Evans gets inside and has a block by Rancic. Capella gets the rebound and has a block by Bobo. Brantley in the paint, about to get a 3-second call, backs out of it. Evans has to shoot. That shot's off. And that's out of bounds off of P.J. Washington, so the Venom get the ball back with 14 seconds on the shot clock. Bobo has had like 5 or 6 blocks this game. He's been ruthless. Rozier pulls up and hits from mid-range. And that makes it a 21-point game. The Clippers are already in the bonus, but I'm not sure it's going to matter when they're down by so much. Rancic goes to Blair. Blair back to Paul George. He shoots and makes a jumper. Wow, where was that the rest of the game? They've only shot 36% in the second half. They have not improved at all. Evans splits the defense and draws the foul on Rancic, so 2 free throws for him. He hits the first free throw. And hits the second. Bobo down low, passes back out to P.J. Washington. He goes to Blair. Blair just gets around the screen in his easy path to the hoop. Our bench is outscoring the Clippers by 12 points. That's always nice. Evans, open 3, top of the key, and he knows that one's going in. Carson Evans. He's got like 8 points in this quarter that we've seen. I don't know how long he's been in the game for. The Clippers call timeout, down by 22. 3:46 on the clock. I want to watch the rest of this game because, you know, I've watched a lot of blowouts in my time as the owner of the Venom. So I want to soak in a nice win just like last episode as well. Got to soak it all in. Appreciate it, as Rozier will be the player of the game, to no one's surprise. But yeah, so I mean, we're gonna go to what, 11-6 on the year, I believe, or 10-6, I think. I think we were 9-6 coming into this game. Paul George drives and gets the foul and hits the shot. So free throw for Paul George, stepping up in the fourth quarter when it does not matter. But where have we seen this before? Paul George hits the free throw. But I guess I also got to give him some credit, you know. In real life, the Clippers just beat the Jazz because he played very well. And, you know, Terrence Mann also put up 39. Terrence Mann also put up 39 points. So, I mean, that helped out. Rozier hits that mid-range shot. He's got 22. P.J. Washington has 22. 8 for 15 from the floor for Rozier. 9 for 11 for Washington. Bol open 3. That one rattles out. Culver grabs the board. Evans drives. Reverse layup goes off the bottom of the rim, but it's because he got fouled. So, more points for Carson Evans. He's got 16 points, and now 17. 4 for 7 from 3 for Carson Evans. Love to see it. I want to see this kind of play from Max Strong. I want to see it. We have not seen it so far. We've heard about it via the box scores a couple of times. As Blair draws the foul and scores on Rozier. So another free throw coming up for the Clippers. But we've seen a couple of good things from Max Strong, but we haven't seen that like Rudolph Marshall-esque play from him. Rudolph Marshall is what I want out of Max Strong. As Rozier hits a 3. And we finally have surpassed 100 points on the game. Paul George, again, scoring and drawing the foul. It's like the third play in a row where they've made a layup and also drawn the foul on one of our guards. Paul George hits it, and it's down to a 20-point game. Not even sure why Rozier is still in. He looks pretty tired out there. I don't want to risk any injury to him. And he has the ball stolen by Rancic. Paul George scores. Oh, well, I thought. But he missed the layup, so he did not score. Rozier pulls up. That shot's off. I don't know why that was funny. Just pulled up right in front of like the guy with the biggest wingspan in the game. Cunningham grabs that miss. 90 seconds left. Rozier mismatch on Bol. Now goes to Cunningham, mismatch on Blair. Cunningham, please. Why? Why would you do that? Why? I see. Just back him down. That dude is like half your size. Rancic just tosses a shot up, just throws it up like it's nothing, and misses. Backups set to trickle back into the game with a minute left, up by 20. Culver feeds Cunningham. Cunningham, that shot's off. Bol grabs the board. Rancic has his pocket picked by Culver. Rozier will slow it down. Actually, I guess not. He gets past Blair and he misses the layup thanks to that PJ Washington defense. Rancic just has it blocked by Culver. Washington misses. Now just 20 seconds left. So, you know, we are going to win, which is always nice. It's 2 wins in a row that we watched. Cunningham, finishing touches. It's going to be a 22-point win. 103-81, the Venom win on the road in Staples. 22-point victory. And now we're 4 games above 500. 10-6 on the year. We'll check the box score and then call it a night. So we defeat the Clippers for the second time this year. PJ Washington 22-10 on just 9 of 12 shooting from the floor. He led the Clippers in scoring. Luther Blair 14 points on 20 shots. Oakley 11 points. Paul George only 10 points, 4 for 18 from the floor. He was terrible. Bol 4 points, 15 rebounds, 3 blocks. Then for us, Terry Rozier, big game from him, 25 points, 7 revs, 6 assists, just 1 turnover, 9 for 18 from the field, 3 for 4 from 3. Carson Evans, played very well. Pretty much got all his points in the fourth quarter. 18 points, 5 for 12 from the field. 4 of those shots coming from beyond the arc. 15 and 7 for Deion Peterson. 14 for Rudolph Cunningham. Culver gets 11 points. Max Strong just 4 points on 2 of 11 shooting. And Capella 4 points but 15 rebounds. So all in all, I mean, kind of not like a fun game to watch, but it was fun to get a win. So now we are 10-6 on the year, and next time up, I think we might watch. I think we're gonna watch either a game against the Jazz or the Bucks. The Bucks still have Giannis. They do. They also have Klay Thompson and Chris Dunn. Yeah, I think next time we're gonna face the Bucks. So be ready for that game. And until then, hope you guys take care. Have a nice rest of your day or your night or whatever. And see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching.